What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about silver versus cash. More specifically, I want to choose between $15,000 worth of silver and $20,000 worth of cash. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there, go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying to hit 2,000 subscribers. Got a brand new video coming tonight. And if you want to help support the channel by getting some DYDSS merchandise, of course we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. And of course the brand new Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. But today I was asked a very interesting question, and it really got me thinking, and I have a feeling this is going to be a really fun video, not only to film and edit and post, but to read the comments that this video receives as well. I'm going to be answering a subscriber's question. The question is coming from J-Rock, and the question is, would you rather have $15,000 worth of silver or $20,000 cash? Now, first and foremost, thank you so much for asking the question. I look forward to answering it throughout the course of the video. If anybody watching right now has a question for me, head on down to the comments and ask away. I'd be more than happy to dedicate an entire video to you and answering your question. Now, the short answer is, between those two options, pretty sure this is common sense, I'd rather go with the $20,000 cash so I can get $20,000 worth of silver. However, I feel like that's not exactly what this viewer meant when they asked the question. I have a very strong feeling that they meant to say, would you rather have $15,000 worth of silver or $20,000 in cash that you could not use to get silver or gold? So, to put a little bit of a spin on it, to make it a little bit more challenging and to make it a little bit more interesting, I want to enhance or embellish their question and ask it that way. Would I rather have $15,000 worth of silver, which, by the way, I don't like measuring my wealth in dollars, I like to measure my wealth in ounces, but for the sake of the video, $15,000 worth of silver or $20,000 worth of cash that I could not use to directly acquire precious metals? That's the question I'm going to run with, and I want everybody watching this right now to head on down to the comments and let me know, which would you choose between the two? So for me personally, I decided to get a little bit creative here. I said to myself, well, I believe much more in silver than I do the dollar. I think silver is going to be going up as the dollar continues to go down. However, if you think about it, the dollar, these things right here, these fiat currency IOU pieces of paper, if they're just sitting there doing nothing, nothing happens, aside from the fact that they depreciate in value. But cash, just sitting there, doesn't really get anything done. But if you tell your cash to get off the couch and get to work, it could, in theory, if invested wisely, produce cash flow, which could lead to getting more silver and gold, but this time you'd be getting silver and gold out of profit rather than out of pocket, which I would argue is probably an even better way of stacking silver and gold. Let me explain. If you put your money to work, and by the way, I am in no way, shape, or form a big-time investor or anything like that. I'm just having fun answering a question, thinking out loud over here, and I'm probably going to be saying a ton of things in this video that you don't agree with, but here's the good news. You don't have to agree with it. I was thinking there's a couple different ways to invest your currency, your fiat, your cash, your dollars. One way would be in business, one way would be in real estate, one way would be in the stock market. And the way I see it, if you put your dollars to work and they produce cash flow rather than just sitting there as a pile of cash, you could, in theory, turn that $20,000 into, who knows, $40,000, $100,000, $1 million, who knows? So if you take that $20,000 as an example and use it as a down payment or a 4-bedroom house, let's just say. You put it towards a 4-bedroom house, you live in one of those bedrooms, you rent out the other 3 bedrooms, you get to live for free, and the other 3 people are slowly but surely paying off your mortgage for you since they're paying you rent. And then once that house is paid off, they're still paying rent. It doesn't turn into a free place to live. They're still paying rent because you're still providing a roof over their head. But the debt is paid off because they paid it off and still are continuing to pay you. And at that point, every single time they pay rent, you can get a little bit more silver and gold if you want to. Or another thing you could do, another option, would be put $20,000 towards the stock market if you're a stock market type of person. There are really 2 different ways you can go about stocks, because there's 2 types of investors. There's a lot of type of investors, but the 2 main ones that I've come in contact with are the people who are looking for growth. So this is usually more high risk and high reward. They buy in when the stock is low, and they sell off when the stock goes high. The other type would be lower risk, lower reward, which is more of the mentality that I align with if I were a heavy stock market enthusiast or anything like that. The blue chip corporations, the dividend kings, the companies that you know are not going anywhere, the companies that are practically recession proof. Coca Cola, for example. Coca Cola's been around forever. They've survived and thrived through the last several recessions, as an example, and they pay dividends. Every 1 share of Coca Cola that you have pays you, I know it's not very impressive, but at this time, 41 cents every 3 months. So who knows, if you put $20,000 into whatever amount of shares that would buy you of Coca Cola. By the way, quick little update as I'm editing this video, in case anybody was wondering, I was wondering myself, $20,000 right now could buy you approximately 425 shares of Coca Cola, and with each share paying you 41 cents per quarter, that would mean you'd be getting about $174.25 every 3 months, I would presume, for the rest of your life. And keep in mind, they're a dividend king, which means they do annual dividend raises, which means you get more money per quarter every single year. Just as an example. If you were to put it towards starting a business, if you were to put it towards real estate, if you were to put it towards the stock market, if you were to invest in some other way, it could, in theory, help produce cash flow. Like I said earlier, if cash is just sitting still doing absolutely nothing, nothing happens. Or nothing good happens, I should say. But if you put it to work, it could, in theory, make you even more currency, make you even more cash, make you even more fiat, which I know a larger amount of dying pieces of paper might not sound like it makes all that much sense, but the way I see it, the more of those dying fiat pieces of paper that you have, the more ounces of silver and or gold you could get. Again, I am not a real estate guy, I am not a stock market guy, definitely not a financial advisor, so this is not financial advice, it's for entertainment purposes. I just thought this was an interesting question, and I thought it would make a really interesting video, and so far I've been having fun with it. So again, let me know the answer to the question. What would your answer be when it comes to $15,000 worth of silver, as much as it pains me to word it that way, or $20,000 worth of cash that you could not use to put towards precious metals? You have to either save it, hold on to it, spend it, blow it, invest it. You can do whatever you want with it, you just can't put it into precious metals. Let me know the answer to the question. So I thought this was a really interesting video, and I thought that I could probably do something a little bit different today, because this is not exactly the type of video that I would normally be making. I like talking about silver and gold for a variety of different reasons. Let's get a little gold over here. Little piece of gold. Here's another little piece of gold. Little pieces of gold that you could not use your currency to acquire. You could not use the lump sum of cash to convert into silver and gold. You could use the cash to invest in a business, stock market, real estate, or something else. Hopefully walk away with an even larger amount of cash, something significantly higher than $20,000, and then put that into precious metals if you want. So, the question really is, would you just take the silver and gold? Or would you gamble? Would you take the risk and put your dollars to work, hoping it produces cash flow, hoping that it turns out to be a success, even a very minuscule amount of success? Maybe you walk away with capital gains or massive profits, or just a small decent amount of cash flow that you get every month or every 3 months or whatever it is, and put that towards silver and gold? I'm very curious what the answers to the question will be, because I know I have a lot of viewers that are very anti everything but silver and gold. The way I see it is, I try to keep an open mind. The way I see it, I try to be as creative and strategic as possible. Sure, I could take $15,000 worth of silver and gold right off the bat, or I can do something that could potentially lead to a much significantly larger amount of silver and gold. That's just the way I see it. This video was just for fun. Again, thanks for asking the question. If anybody has a question for me, head on down to the comments and let me know. Ask away. Videos like this are very different, but they're also really fun. They force me to think, they force viewers to think, and I thought it was really cool. And again, I'm not heavily involved in the stock market. I don't even have enough currency to get involved in real estate just yet, but I would like to eventually one day. I would like to buy land. I would like to buy property. That is something that I would absolutely love to do one day in the future. Right now, at this specific point in time, I can't get involved just yet, but I would like to eventually. So maybe a couple years down the road, I could get myself involved, potentially. Maybe a couple years down the road, I will have changed my mind. But as of right now, I would love to get involved in real estate. And I also plan on staying involved in precious metals throughout the course of my life. I don't want my silver and gold to be used as a quick flip to bounce me on over into a completely different realm. No. Silver and gold, it's for the long term. Silver and gold, for me anyway, it's for the long term. I plan on being involved for decades to come. I see it essentially as a long-term savings account. It's not an investment. It's a hard asset that you have on hand that helps preserve your wealth for the long term and act as a hedge against inflation. That's the way I see it. That's just my opinion. That's just from my perspective. Silver and gold are for the long term, while cash is for the short term. This right here, this is a short-term solution to short-term problems. You got bills coming up, bing, bang, boom. That solves the problem. That solves the problem today if you have to pay a bill today. But in my opinion, I don't believe it stands all that great of a chance for the long run. Because like I said, this is for the short term. This is for the long term. A long-term solution to a long-term problem. And what is that long-term problem? Inflation. The dollar bill depreciating in value every second of every minute of every hour of every day of every week of every month of every year of every decade. It's getting weaker and weaker. Inflation is, I don't even want to say slowly but surely, eating away at the dollar, because we're already noticing the dollar bill taking some serious punishment from everything that's gone on over the last 4 or 5 months or so. And I could be wrong. I've been wrong in the past, and I'll be wrong again in the future, but I truly, genuinely, wholeheartedly believe that this stuff right here, these pieces of metal, the little pieces of gold, the slightly larger pieces of silver, I believe that this is the closest thing to a solution as possible. I think this stuff right here, the silver, the gold, the precious metals, real, true, honest money, internationally recognized as money, constitutionally recognized as money, biblically recognized as money, I believe this stuff right here is a long-term solution to a long-term problem, which we will all experience one way or the other. But those of us who are stacking the silver and the gold, I believe we're going to be a couple steps ahead. I think that most of us are probably going to be all right, so long as we hold on to it for the long term. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Again, let me know the answer to the question in the comment section down below. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 2,000 subscribers. We just hit 1,000. I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. And of course, the brand new Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin. Portion of the proceeds are going to be going towards an ocean cleanup charity organization at no additional cost to you. Comes out of my pocket, not yours. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And once again, please head on down to the comments and let me know. $15,000 worth of silver, as much as it pains me to word it that way. $15,000 worth of silver? Or $20,000 that you cannot use towards silver or gold, no precious metals, none of that. What would you do? What would you pick? And more importantly, why? What would you do with that currency? What would you do with that fiat? What would you do with those dollars if you could not put them directly into silver and gold? Would you invest? Would you just burn through it, waste it, spend it? Would you do something else? Would you hang on to it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.